The Random RPGMaker Roulette! Massive pile of unknown games. Pluck one out, timer for 30 minutes, have a play, and see if we get something good. This is actually an episode from October last year. This is the last one of the games I actually did just 30 minutes of, when I started making the change of, I should give games a bit more of a chance, I should make longer videos, now every episode is going to be one game. So I just happened to end an uneven amount of them, and I kept waiting this whole time. Maybe I'll find a game which actually does have a concise intro, and I can just do 30 minutes, and I'll put those two together and make a big episode. And it never happened, and I completely forgot I had this episode still on the back burner, so it's going to be a shorter episode than usual. Here you are. Today we'll be doing Last Word, which is a really intriguing one for really unique art style. You can't see here it's only showing the overworld, but even just the overworld you can see how cool it is. I don't know if the game actually is all in black and white except the character portraits. I've seen screenshots and they are in colour. It's a really unique and interesting art style. I'm really hyped for it. And apparently it's some kind of dialogue combat system, if that makes any sense. I'm intrigued to know what's going on here. It's another one of those that has a fully unique sprite style and a really good looking one here. I wonder if it's going to be leading to everyone's perpetually shadow people or something, or if it is just for the sake of the title screen to make it look really cool. Okay, it's not said it has ended. Yay! 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 And here's you can see I really like the art style for the characters. It's really unique and cool. It reminds me of kind of like Bratz mixed with Winx Club in its own strange way, but also entirely wildly different. Excuse me, gentlemen, this is the estate of Professor Chet Chatters, is it not? Oh, I love you, Professor Chet Chatters! This is the best. Look, he's in the pose. That is a grandpa who is excited to have a wonderful day. Indeed, you've just arrived as well.
Hey.
The servant should be back out soon, milady. He'll see to letting you in. Don't wait up for us. Sigh. Oh, this guy reminds me of Dr. Snap. Ironically, the guy who's not a grandpa has got more Snap energy. You are long and noodlish and friend and pal. You remember, was it Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory? Oh, I didn't expect to see this already. See what? This chit-chat, war of the words. You know, what those two fellows are engaging in right now. No, after you. No, after you. No, after you. Well, this is a bit of discourse. Wordplay is common enough at social gatherings, if not entirely expected. Yes, but have you never met Judge Boasting and Mr. McCall? I'm familiar with them. We've never been formally introduced. Why? Oh, they continuously attempt to get the last word on each other. It's a pain to listen to. Oh, that's where the name comes from. Oh, so it's like dialogue combat, as in trying to be the last one to politely say to go inside or something. I gotta say, I really do like the sprite style. I love the idea of these really vivid and detailed background environments, and then all the characters are silhouettes. That's really cool how they're not silhouettes, and coloured silhouettes, and how the only feature they have is they're each their distinctive traits. You have someone over there with a badge, he's got his glasses, and you've got your bow tie, even though he's also wearing a bow tie in his art. And let's see when our protagonist gets back on screen again. I have something else I want to say. This reminds me of Tokyo Mirage Sessions also did that, but in that game it was only NPCs would be coloured shadows, and I thought that was a really cool way of indicating it, while also saving on the budget of having NPCs. But here it's every character's a coloured silhouette. Also, I'm not sure why this guy is a purple silhouette when his design is primarily greyish green. It's as if whoever speaks last gets a big prize or something. So you match well with the colour of your silhouette. That's exactly the point, young sir, and try not to play ignorant. This is a rather large... That's what I was going to say. This character's, outfit is exactly the same as an outfit I drew for my OC in the Byakko Tournament League on DeviantArt when I was, 12 or 13 or something. So that's a really bizarre coincidence. This exact outfit, this blue tuxedo with a bow tie, precisely that. But imagine that on, a really badly drawn, half anime, half Disney demon character with big buddy ears. And, yeah... This is a rather large estate. Only the best for Professor Chatters. Care to come inside? There are a lot of professors. I'm going to meet even more grandpas. Care to come inside? Also, your silhouette doesn't necessarily match yours. The other guy, he was very small and slight in stature, but his silhouette is got big buff arms and everything. Maybe it's supposed to be the floofs of his sleeves instead. That is the thing. It is a bit hard to tell people apart from just for a silhouette here. What's the other two? Yeah, it's supposed to be it's big sleeves there. Okay. But I would have expected the rest of them to be small to match. If we them, you're out here all evening, freezing our smiles off. That's a funny way of avoiding a swear. Come along. He shut the door on us, and after inviting us in, can you believe the nerve? Okay, that guy is a villain then. Or at least the rival antagonist, the Randall of Monsters Inc. Oddly enough, I can. Hopefully the exceptional Professor Chatters will have a bit more manners. I hope so. I hope all the grandpas are good. You never met with him either? Can't say what I have, but I couldn't refuse his invitation. This should be a fairly high-profile gathering, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be a great boost for my position in the Masimbo Corporation. I wonder if all of these words and names are like various puns. Like, I have no idea what Masimbo means. But some of them did seem to be puns. Like, obviously we got Professor Chatters and stuff. Oh, I love you! You are my favourite! I love you in your fancy little pose! Oh, yeah. Is the other guy going to be another grandpa? And it makes me intrigued. Everyone being in shadow means I'm excited to see what the character designs are when they actually appear. I was going to say, well animated him opening a door. I guess, like, I would say, like, would it be easier to animate characters with their only silhouettes, or would it be even harder? I don't know. After you? Very graceful of you, Mr. Oh, okay, so this is the other guy. And that makes sense. Well, everyone's so far they've been matching their colours except the purple guy who's clearly green. Very graceful of you, Mr. Posey, but I insist you lead the way. So, Grandpa versus Young Man combat. I couldn't possibly, Mr. McCall. Mr. Posey, you simply must allow me the pleasure of letting you go first. We had two friends. We had two friends. We had too many friends. Their friendship is destroying everybody else. See what I mean? You are a bit ignorant, aren't you? I'm witty gossip. Yeah, everyone seems to be puns so far, but I don't know what the other pun was.
Hey.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Seymour Seymour of Seymour House. You look like a Seymour. You look way more like a Seymour than Seymour from Final Fantasy ever could. I am still so bugged that guy has the most unfitting name of all time. What do you say we get inside before it gets much darker? Also, Seymour in Final Fantasy, in Japanese his name was Shima, which is more fitting because it has the first character is like the character for death, and that's his entire motivation. I'm going off topic anyway. It is so funny to have such an ordinary, very, very Western name on like a very, very, very like Japanese priest type character. Anyway, off topic. So this is Summer House, the estate of Professor Chatters. Of course, might state the obvious. I'm going to give you the fancy man voice. Should it be obvious? I've never stepped foot in here before. Good point, you certainly haven't. I don't let just anyone enter into the property. You're a bit judgmental for a servant. Possibly, Professor Chatters has strict guidelines for who can and cannot attend his little get-togethers. There are multitudes of dowdy figures vying to tumble through that front door. I like all of your turns of phrase. You sound like a good love-to-hate villain. Sometimes his guests have class, other times I must bite my tongue, like now, for example. I don't suppose you've worked here long with an attitude like that? That's a bit mean. But I suppose he was mean first. I feel like I should try and give everyone voice. They all have very big personalities. I'm a professional, Mr. Seymour. I've been here quite some time, and I never forget a frumpy face. I'll be sure to add you both to my mental catalogue of regular attendees. The others are up this way. I'm adding you to the hit list. Follow me. Are you ready? I suppose? Oh, this isn't exactly my forte. No, you don't mingle often? My mother handled most of these engagements. Oh, that's a good little graphic for that popping up. So, learn key talks. It's going to be part of like how the conversation mechanics work. I'm excited. We're learning like skills to battle of word. I really like the graphic for that popping in. Oh, we have a little auto... that's a save point. There's like a floating bow tie. That's actually kind of fun and funny. The logo of the game has that floating bow tie thing, and I had no idea that's what it was. I thought it was like an hourglass on its side. So, like, I'm glad that the game gives me instantly context for that. She was ahead of a Seymour House. I was a bit sheltered myself. I'm giving everyone the posh for... That's why I'm not so good at giving voices for characters. I always keep getting them mixed up. Maybe you pick up on some of her skills. I can only hope. But maybe a glass of wine first. A good way of... I played this after a run of like 5 in a row, which all had start the game with like a really out of place tutorial. That's a good way to do the tutorial. Once you actually need to do things, have a button pop up briefly, unobtrusively showing you what to do, not have just cut to a big narrator out of the universe before we even get to meet the characters. We met the characters before we got our tutorial. We got the tutorial when it was relevant. That's cool. I like when it has it light up and out when you go in. They're doing really good things on the mapping. I like all the little tiny bits of town. I love that random elephant up there. Okay, since you can't. Oh, Ah! I clicked through that too fast. It's a transparent bottle tucked far behind the glass. I wasn't noticing it, I was noticing the weird blob on the top. Is that a cat or is that, like, the void? Okay, so we have to, like, beat these places in conversation battle to be able to inspect these items? Oh, this is a really, really weird interface for save data. And why is the icon a big, like, toothy, fangy mouth? Is left and right going back and forth? I don't know. Is it literally pressing L and R on a keyboard? I guess we'll click on one of these. Okay. Yeah, it makes more sense once you actually have ones to load, but the fact that, like, if you do that, like, you can't tell that you're mousing over, like, 5 different data slots, because they all look exactly the same. I do feel like it's this, like, only see one save data at a time thing is maybe a bit unintuitive. Oh, that was weird. Like he spontaneously like spawned his glasses. I guess maybe like the back and forward sprites. But did he just pop the glasses out of nowhere, or was it just like his back and forward? It's hard to tell which direction anyone's facing. So I promise this to be interesting. Quite a few new faces in this faceless realm, myself included. Most certainly, you especially. I'm bothersome. I come to these parties for some real conversation, discussions, arguments, gossip. Honestly, miss Gorship, Whisky Gorship. I know who you are, I'm being condescending. As I was saying, Miss Gorship, was it? I don't think you have what it takes to hold your own here. Are you giving me a tutorial enemy? You're serious? I am. Do you disagree? Yes, and I will fight you for it in word. I most certainly do. Excellent. Ooh, this is an interface and a half. Move the conversation cursor forward to... Oh, is this using the battle favor bar? That was a battle script I really, really liked. I think if it's made in VX Ace, I really like that. I really dislike the fact that no later RPG makers have ever had a port of that plugin into it. If anyone out there is hearing it, my first RPG Maker VX Ace project idea was a game using that in battles where like every battle would entirely be doing this. Like instead of depleting HP, you would have to like sway the favor one way or another, and it'd be like basically this, like it wasn't like a conversation battle, it was like battles be about like performing on a stage for an audience and like winning the favour of the audience one way or another rather than depleting HP, and that was a really cool idea, and then I never got to do it because by the time like RPG Maker MV came out, like it was objectively better in every way, and I was like, oh, it's got better support for plugins and everything and bigger sprites, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go back to the old one just for this one particular plugin, and then I've never succeeded in any of my many RPG Maker games anyway, so oh well. But yeah, if anyone out there is hearing it, if you happen to be the person who made the battle favor script, I really appreciate it, I love it, every game which has this I really enjoy it, I hope this is what it is. Move the conversation cursor forward to get the logs. Oh yeah, by the way, explanation of what battle favor is, it is literally just, there is a bar which goes back and forth depending on your attacks, like, additionally as well as attacks like depleting damage or whatever, they can also like boost or lower the battle favor bar, and then when it's in your side, you get bonuses, and then when it's in the enemy's side, they'll get bonuses, and it's just really cool. Higher levels have a greater starting advantage. Witty is 11 levels. Oh, okay, so look, whatever our level is determines like we started earlier on in this. So now we're literally one hit away from death. Disruptive submissive. Yeah, this is in the battle system, right? I can't even tell if it's in the battle system. There's an entirely unique script for it. So escape for descriptive labels. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky to do. I hope it's going to tutorialize it because I'm not sure what any of this means. It's like it's literally just a sign on there, but it's not telling me what any of that means. That's the tone wheel, but what does a tone wheel mean? That's a composure, but what does a composure mean? Is this going to be as difficult as real conversations are for me as an autistic person? Yeah, I don't know. Power, tact, movement. Yeah, I think I'll just play. I hope a tutorial like gives you more as we go through. Okay, I have no clue. Like, it's not even saying what the circle, square, or the kiki boba mean. Primary gain power, secondary movement. And mousing over them doesn't change anything. Okay, mousing over is making me go forward. So is that showing which one are more effective? Sorry, okay, I was assuming like this stat bar in the middle was like the stats for whichever one you're mousing over. No, it's like it's related to like which one it's matching up to. So subtle is 10 power and common is 20 power, if I'm reading that correctly. So subtle moves forward more but has less power, which I'm assuming power will be like, oh, what is this power and tact bar at the top? Is it like 3 levels of the battle favor bar? Or is it a HP bar? I don't know. What does the collected mean? Is it like a status effect? It's dropping me without any tutorial. That is really kind of strange, actually. Especially when you have such a unique and different battle style. I like her random little scrungly hands there. I like this art style too. I'm getting distracted. I like your scrungly claw hands and your funky little ring, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so I'm gonna just go for the one which moves you more. A circle appeared. A circle appeared. A spiky appeared. Okay, so I guess no matter what we did, we'd lose, and it was like a forfeit. I guess it's a way to do it is to make your first battle lose, but I don't think I've know any other RPG which has ever done it that way, making you like lose the first battle and then you get the tutorial. So I hope that's what we're doing, rather than just like, wow, it seems I've left you speechless.
Yeah.
Be a good girl and bring me a glass of that 20-year blanc. It's just delicious. Or is it blanc? Come now, show some class. Don't leave a thirsty woman waiting. So is it like, if someone defeats us in battle, we have to do a side quest for them? You can pour a glass of wine fairly well, at least. I commend you. Classy slip, but it's in no way obnoxious. Simply divine. As you know that away, there's great power in the ability to get the last word in a conversation. In a brief moment of speechlessness, you are susceptible to my persuasive persuasions. A positively overwhelming feeling. So if you lose the speech battle, they can order you to do any one thing. Sounds like a power that can be easily abused. I need to get good at speaking fast. It certainly is. You don't sound enthusiastic enough, and it bores me to no end. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to strike up a conversation elsewhere. Find and lock icon to progress the story. Okay. I'm a little surprised seeing you talk of Mrs. Prattle like that. You mean just now? What of it? It's weird how this game doesn't have text box name tags, despite everyone having like unique names and stuff. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know, it's like watching a fight. I didn't expect you to take part in it. Okay. That graphic is cool, I'm not sure what that means. Like, I'm not sure why I'm not sure why him witnessing us lose a fight would unlock his Cyclops to talk more about his house, I guess? Or was it the opposite? It's saying, like, because we haven't unlocked his house, we can't progress this conversation? We've just met Seymour. I don't know why you're already making expectations. I guess I'm still a little bit flustered. Like I said before, my mother usually handled these affairs. Looks like I have a lot to learn. Well... Okay, that's an interesting way of doing the tutorial. It's like, in universe, it's our character does know what to do, and she's gonna tell someone else who doesn't. That reminds me of Final Fantasy VII, where they had Cloud be like, I'm an experienced soldier, and I'm gonna teach you random people in the tutorial town. That was a cool idea. So I do find it weird they just threw us into the battle without any explanation. So like, it honestly doesn't seem to make sense that our character is someone who does know loads about it and is going to be teaching a tutorial, because we just saw her lose a fight from not knowing what to do. Common discourse can be summed up by saying that whoever gets the last word wins. To move a conversation forward in the direction you like, you'd carefully juggle 3 types of phrase. Okay, that makes. I thought this was like the elements or something. It's going to be like Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like start phase, battle phase, main phase, and you can only use certain moves using each one. Like, for example, in Yu-Gi-Oh, you can only summon your monsters during, like, the start phase, and you can only battle in the battle phase. In like, every phase, you can activate, certain spell cards in the main phase. Like, I'm trying to remember the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh from, like, not having played it since I was a kid. And that's not gonna work, but basically, I get it a lot better now. It'll be simple. Let's start with a disruptive phrase. Okay, but, does it mean disruptive phrases are power, or does it mean you go from a disruptive phase to the power, to a submissive phase, to attack? It is supposed to be, there are 3 phases, disruptive, submissive, and aggressive. That graphic is not showing it very well. That makes it look like there are 6 phases, and it is like as long as Yu-Gi-Oh! But the fact they're in different colours, and like capitalised and uncapitalised, makes me think, is it not supposed to be, is it supposed to be, here are 3 phases, and we've got 2 words for each? Okay, and again, not really knowing, so I'll just go for the forward one. But yeah, what do the circles and the squares and the ouchies mean? I feel like if the circles and the squares and the ouchies are related to a disruptive, submissive, and aggressive, they should have like put those graphics next to them on this explanation. Disruptive phrase garner a smaller amount of power in a conversation. So yeah, it is disruptive phases give you power, which is a resource. So the graphic is there are 3 phases to each battle turn, and each of them gives you a different thing. So this really should have been too graphic. Pop up my own edit of like what I would think would be a better tutorial for this. To really affect the discourse, we need tact. Now we have some power selector submissive phrase. But first we'll give the opposition their turn. Okay, so it's more confusing. It's not you get free turns, the enemy gets free turns. It's like you get a turn, the enemy gets their version of that turn, you get your second turn, they get their version of that second turn, you get your third turn, they get their version of their third turn, then we go back to the first phase. This, I feel, could really benefit with like a big graphic on a screen saying like disruptive phase, submissive phase, aggressive phase. And like it moves from left to right to show which person has each phase. I don't know. Like, I guess the graphic that they use when attacking... Okay, so it's like, in the first phase you can only use disruptive, in the second phase you can use disruptive and submissive, in the third phase you can use all three attacks. So it would probably just make more sense if we just had like first phase, second phase, third phase. Have a graphic showing like a bar filling up by 3 segments to show you can get more attacks. Or literally just have on this circling bar on the top, have it light up like, circle means you're on disruptive. That's what we currently are, because that graphic isn't doing anything. Like, some kind of indicator of which phase we're on, please. So now we should be submissiving? Okay, we can only use okay, so submissive phases require power as a resource. So our first phase, like, this could have been way better explained. Like our first phase, like you are gathering up the MP bar equivalent to use things in the second phase, where you'll then gather up the MP bar equipment to use them in the third phase. I'm getting this now. So, first one, like, whatever it was, you gain power, which is, again, really unclear up here what it's supposed to be. But yeah, I would assume that was HP and MP, but whatever. So yeah, we have 2 MP systems. First phase, you can only use moves which are gaining NP for the later 2 phases. Second phase, you use one which uses a form of MP you gained in the previous one to gain a third form of MP for the third one. And in that one, presumably, you'll use that to get super powerful attacks. So, we will. Okay, so square. A submissive phase reduce power but gain tact. This tact is needed to be aggressive without losing face. Go ahead and say an aggressive phrase and watch the conversation truly start to move. Okay, so that was some kind of healing move. I really wish that they had like a graphic saying like Seymour used so-and-so attack. Because, yeah, we know what we're using because we're clicking on it, but we have no idea what the enemy is using because they only have like speech bubbles with no words in them. Ironic for a game about words. Okay, what the fuck is C+0 for? Movement from tact. Okay, enhances opponent's composure. What? What is composure? He went down to irritated or something, but what does it mean? Like, I guess I'm like 5 steps ahead, and like it seems like everything we are doing requires knowledge of the things that are coming up. This is an awkward tutorial. Let's go. No, that went circle again. Why is that a circle again? Okay, so composure is a multiplier to how forward you go. So we're building up 2 bars of MP and essentially our limit break bar, but our limit break bar is like a consumable resource where it's like you use it to double charge up an extra attack. So it's kind of like bravely defaulting. Composure is important. Someone has damaged composure, they become more susceptible to aggressive phrases. Or to be more clear, aggressive phrases move the conversation further if the listener has worse composure. So it's adding up like how much we have versus how little they have. Oh, but wait, he's got a peg. I would have assumed that more pegs mean you have more. Okay, so 0 pegs is good, more pegs is bad. It's like a limit break that goes backwards. Each phrase uses a tone and damage composure by using this. This is like doing things as an autistic person. This is like trying to figure out what the fuck tones mean in real life. When the speaker chooses a phrase, they also commit to a tone. The chosen tone shows shape full of. No, it isn't. It didn't show shape changing, did it? It showed a shape after I launched the attack. I'm confused. Balance phrase choices based on resources, immediate effects, and the conversation tones to get the advantage. More information can be read at the save. Yes, save point. Please tell me more. I'm so confused. Oh, okay. That is a really hard to read interface. Like, I really think it would have been so much clearer if you had like this bar only show the one you're currently mousing over, because I'm guessing that it's supposed to mean that like the bottom one is a spiky tone, the top one is a round tone. But the fact that it's way after all the effects, like I would have put that like right next to them to let you know that's what it is. And because to me that looks like it's part of a second box which says primary gain power, secondary movement, which I don't know what the fuck that means. That's a really vague description. And I guess it applies to all three things. Okay, so. But wait, how do we know which tone is good or bad? Like okay, but does the circle mean that's the tone he's going to use next, or was it the tone he used in the last one? We should be picking a square, I think. Okay, yeah, so it'll always be that's at least helpful. Unlike real life, it'll always be showing what tone the other guy is taking. I can never tell what tone anybody is taking. Should I be continuing to raise power for a more powerful move later? Why did that make me lose a musical note? What was a musical note? How are you supposed to like stop the enemy from getting super effective on your turn? If everyone can always see what tone the other person is doing, wouldn't everyone always get super effective every single turn because you would always be picking exactly what it is? I'm really confused. Anyway, now we can square? Yeah, what are any of these symbols meaning? I really wish instead of a strange animation it was like, yeah, and again, they don't have any description of what the moves actually are. Like, what does it mean that I was drinking a potion if I pick that? Like, if it was a description like so-and-so this move, like, take a sip of your tea or something like that. It's really weird to have a game about conversation combat where they don't get to see what they're actually saying. So, yeah, there is like, how would I be able to in any way block anyone from getting super effective on me? Because like, they're always going to pick whichever matches whatever I just used. And it's like, I'm always going to pick whichever matches what they just used. So like, yeah, again, like I can just do exactly what would be best possible against him. So did we win? Yay, okay. Look who's talking now, not us! This is really confusing. Gain experience after discourse. EXP is higher when winning than losing. Okay, at least you do still could be like penalty EXP. What does it mean stored EXP? Stored EXP money symbol? This is really confusing. What does stored EXP mean? Okay, he leveled up? He leveled up? We didn't level up? What's going on? Feel smarter? I do not. I really do not. I suppose? Just try to remember the phrase, civilitas civilitum. Say it loud and smarter. I've never learned Latin. I have no idea what's going on anymore. It's not Latin, it's complete gibberish to the finest degree, but everything else me. Okay, there's like fake Latin? It looks a reminder that in a civilized world, it isn't what you say that matters, but how you say it. Civilius civilitum. Okay, that's like, it's like a metaphor. Like, you can say something that sounds like fake Latin, everyone will think you're sophisticated, and that's like a metaphor for life? Metaphor for deception? Our nation hasn't steered us wrong yet. I'll try to keep that in mind. Perhaps I'll start picking up on some of the finer points as I go along. Okay, timer up. We'll go a little bit over this till I get to the end of this cutscene. That's such a shame. I was so positive about the games that first started in. Like, as soon as we got to the actual combat, I'm really confused. That was a really not good tutorial. We've had a problem with so many other games in the marathon over-explaining things, and that one I felt really like relied on you just having the instinct to know what the fuck it was going on about this entirely new system, and the way the interface was designed could have been done so much better. I really like the look of the interface and how unique it is, but the way they designed like specifically the tutorial of the interface could have been done so much better to make things more intuitive. I hope what I was talking about made sense, but because I can't even guarantee that I've gotten now correctly what everything actually is supposed to be. So So I told the young lady that she could have my hat only if she put down a revolver. Brilliant tale, Mr. Boasting. I'm sure that impoverished child you saved will never forget your deeds. Ho, ho, he'd better not. Servant, when are we going to meet the professor? At breakneck speed, I assure you. Professor Chatters need to finish up setting up the equipment for the grand display. I want to see Professor Chatters. We gained a key topic. It didn't explain what these key topics mean. And let's say you tell us of what his new advice is here. How would we be like verbally debating like a bottle of beer? I'm so confused. I've been sworn to secrecy, as I'm sure you'd expect, Judge Boasting, but your charm is noted. I appreciate his charm too! I encourage you all to mingle while we wait. The wine is out and corked. Enjoy it. I like this boasting grandpa. I'm 100% inclined to believe all his ridiculous boasts because he does just seem like a really nice man. Looks like we must wait a bit longer, Mr. McCall. Seems to be that way, Mr. Boasting. Care to grab a drink? I'd love to, Mr. McCall. I love and I care for their friendship. After you! After you! After you! After you! I love the introduction to verbal combat and just two guys who are like complete friends and are not part of this debate whatsoever, and they're somehow the best at it. That is so funny. And sweet, and I like them and I care them very much. This is a small party. I expected a more varied crowd, didn't you? I guess I never thought about it, but maybe more people will arrive. A night, young. Key topic. Okay, so collect the key topic. Okay, so we're not leveling up our character, we're leveling up our topic. So we have to complete battles to level up the topic to figure out the mystery. Okay, you shift them by using shift. So shift is not run in this game, as it usually is. Okay. Wait, I thought the rainbow bar was what we're shifting to. So no, the tiny bar underneath it is what we're actually shifting to. We only have two of them. I want to talk more about Seymour House. I want to be friends with him. It's like our main story progressing one, and this is our like side plot to befriend this guy. I guess there's like a checklist of how many people you've talked to about this topic.
Hey.
Okay, so we have so what is the difference between gossip, chatter, and Discord? There's not much to talk about really. My mother was the head of a house, and now it's me.
Huh.
This is what a party's like. You're not familiar with parties? Not really, I don't host any, and the Seymours haven't really been invited to any since I became the master of Seymour House. I suppose it explains why it's so shaky right now. Possibly, although I'm always a bit shaky. I like at least it tells you which ones you've already clicked, because like, this game it's probably going to get really hard to keep track of like, how many 5,000 things you've been juggling. Discourse. Okay, so discourse is battle, and like, gossip and chatter means gossip means talk about the subject, and chatter means talk not about the subject? Okay, let's practice, because I'm still confused. I could really use to practice too. You don't sound like planning up to a challenge. Don't confuse my intense fear for lack of enthusiasm. I am the master of Seymour House after all. Entitled, certainly, but you sound more like a servant of Seymour. Why are you being so rude to him? He's our friend. Hi-ho. Seymour, I thought we were engaging in discourse. You can't get... So this is what is actually happening during the battle interface, is we're saying insults at each other. Okay, you can't give up prematurely. Try it again. I get. Then what I meant to say was, I disagree! I will gain a lot of power but not move very much. And become spiky. I was just shrunk around into a little ball. This would have really helped if you just had the speech bubbles like saying a random thing. Z shift is analyze. What does that mean? At least you have these tiny tooltips telling you what to do. So, Master Seymour, specialty gaining skills in EXP, personal skill paid attention. Paid attention enhances tipping point. What is tipping point? EXP is gained at a faster rate and new skills can be learned through observation. So, I guess, for what is tipping point? It doesn't tell you what tipping point. Okay, I like that it gives you a tooltip option to be able to find out what everyone's doing. I don't like that it doesn't actually fucking tell you. So, really, I want to give it points for like having a tool like, hey, click here to get more information, but then it's completely useless because clicking on it does not actually give you more information. It just gives you a really confusing graphic. If it took up a space in the middle of like a graphic showing the turn order, that would be really helpful too. I guess the enemy AI is randomly just gonna not hit our weakness when it literally could on every turn if it wanted to. I guess maybe sometimes you're limited by like how much resources you have, but... I guess sometimes you're encouraged to not use the weakness hitting one because you can use another one which will gain you more movement and stuff, but... I really don't like how there is literally no way to block them. If they wanted to use a super effective attack on you, they will, but like, I guess like his AI just doesn't like to do that very often. In retrospect, I do like at least that they have like a weakness system, they have a graphic on screen at all times to tell you what the type weaknesses are, because... Also, with how much information I'm having to process all at once, if I had to try and remember type weaknesses on top of all, I'd be very confused. is randomised every turn which tone each attack will get. That shouldn't be where that should be in the interface. Like, if everything else on the interface is completely, like, non-moving, unchanging every turn, you should put the one that changes, like, right next to the attack names and, like, highlighting a different colour. I don't know it. There's so many different choices I would have made here. I think I'm doing pretty good. Like, I spend the first few turns, like, just raising up my attack a lot, and then I could just, like, repeatedly over and over and again use the aggressive attacks. There are different ways you can play this, I guess. Earned 1 bow, what does that mean? And he leveled up, like, our enemy is leveling up, or does the symbol mean we're leveling up for gossip about his house? Like, I'm really confused. Hate to do this to you, but it has to be done. What do you think I should get for my trophy? Oh, you look spiffy in that bow tie. I agree, but I would like more than a compliment. Yes, what I mean is that I happen to have one you should take. It's handy if nothing. Oh, that's sweet of you. Very thoughtful, Seymour. I think I'll take it. Earned a bow. Now keep practicing. You have some shaping up to do. I'll accept that challenge. This is an awkward statue. It's a stone mouth that says Seymour House at the bottom. I wouldn't say it's unknown. I would say it's related to Seymour House, which is a topic we already have. So I guess we have to talk to other people who will be able to solve that statue. What the fuck is this? What an odd design, part copper, part rubber? So that's the newest thing. Okay, that's telling us we need to get to level 4 in that topic to be able to find out what the fuck that is. So we have to get to level 4 in a topic where it's not Seymour House to find out about the Seymour House statue. That is confusing. Talk to Banter, okay. Oh, Banter is the name of the servant guy. Please wait patiently while the incredible Professor Fishing does his work. Seems a bit rude that he shouldn't be out to greet us himself, or he shouldn't have he shouldn't have his invention already prepared. I'm assuming that's the invention. If you knew what sort of device he has been working on, I'm sure you would eat your words. Okay, so we need level 3 in newest invention, and then level 4 in newest invention. So I guess, yeah, newest invention is the only plot progressing thing. I will have a challenge on the Grandpa. Wow, you are the most powerful Grandpa. Level 32 Grandpa. Let's gossip with the Grandpa. Ah, yes, the Seymour House. Unimportant by the standards of the last 2 years, but not without interesting details. I'm positive Mrs. Prattle would have something to say about the former head of the house, but I doubt she'll talk about it here. Maybe once the night progresses, the wine will loosen her tongue. Boasting House is known mostly for politicians and judges, but most of us enlist early on. You won't find truer gentlemen. Because of our position, we've always been friendly with the McCalls. McCall House, in case you didn't know, is mostly administrative. Every courtroom I don't want to go to a courtroom. Every courtroom in St. Lawton has at least one Boasting and one McCall. A friendship through the ages. That means you're Judge Boasting, correct? Shall I be calling you Your Honor? Absolutely not. Call me as you would any other civilian. I only go by my title in the court. You are so pleasant and nice and I love you. I'm going to headcanon you're the brother of a judge from Phoenix Wright. Oh, that's only Mr. McCall is like level 3. Seymour House. Seems like I should know more about it, but I'm drawing a blank. Good evening, Miss Gorship. Good evening, Mr. McCall. I see you and Mr. Boasting are settling in well. Yes, we have a sort of history. He's a master conversationalist, I find. Verbally sparring with him works to my advantage. He allows me to keep up, I know, but one day I hope to have as much social experience under my belt as he does. We all look up to Grandpa. Our goal in life is to become Grandpa. It's a rather simple aspiration. It's a good aspiration. Have you seen this man's character design? He's like the Monopoly Man times 5. I've had no lack of aspirations thus far in life. Big or small, complex or simple, I have room for all of them. I have big hugging arms. Let's discourse you about stuff. Discourse can be a riveting sort of puzzle. Let me show you what I mean. What's your opinion on professional boxing? I have none whatsoever. Sounds like a weighted conversation. Excuse me if I'm cautious. It's an expertise of mine, certainly. If a new viewpoint is always welcomed. Then, if you must know, I think very little of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I do agree. I don't know a single thing about literally any sport under the sun. It's just not my kind of thing. I have nothing against people who do like it, though. I wouldn't be as rude as our protagonist.
Hey.
You jest! St. Loudon was founded on the principles of diplomacy, strength in words, not arms. That's a modern fallacy compared to the origins of humanity, or even Europe as a whole. We fought and struggled long before words existed. Back in ye olde caveman times. I'm just imagining like these magical coloured silhouettes like in a cave somewhere. Like, maybe that's why the conversation system is just shooting pictures at each other, going unga bunga. Boxing is a homage to our heritage. It harkens back to our origins, pitting one being against the other in close quarters. I don't think caves and cavemen boxed. I think it was a very different type of combat, sir. So much time and effort is placed into destroying another person, not just body, but pride and reputation. And you think that because the activity is physical, it's somehow less than, say, a highly regarded debate at a university? Primal brutality can hardly compare to philosophical... I am, like, getting a way lowered opinion of our protagonist. Like, I get that, like, the whole point of the game is discussion and stuff, but, like, don't go dissing a man's sport. Like, he's allowed to just have a hobby. It doesn't have to be philosophically, like, the best in the entire world. Like, you can just agree to disagree. Like, hey, I don't like him. I don't think it's, like... Oh, it's primal degeneracy. You must only be doing sports because you like to hurt people. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like one of the people on the entire face of the planet who hates sports more than anyone else, and I would not be mean to anyone else who likes sports. I have no big philosophical reason why I hate sports. I am just really bad at depth perception, and I would be more likely to punch myself in the face. Allow me to assert the opposite. I want to lose this battle now. He talks boxing. You know, that's what I should do. I should try and go over, like, how I would explain this. First of all, I clarify whether this system actually does work in phases. Is it like every third turn you can use all 3 attacks, or is it just... I'm noticing I'm going to, like, the 4th turn and it's not, like, disabling the other 2 attacks. So is it like, turn 1 you can only use 1 type of attack, turn 2 you can only use 2 types of attack, turn 3 and every turn onwards you can use every attack. That's a really strange way of doing a turn system. So I'm not really sure how I would explain that, except, like, just to go, like, here is the flow of turns, but then also just say, like, from turn 4 onwards you can theoretically use anything out of order. The goal of the game is to use aggressive attacks to move forward, but you can't use those until you've gained the resources. So the way to do it is to use disruptive, to use submissive, and then to use aggressive. Have these icons appearing showing which is which of a tone, and then, like, I would say, like, disable the tone for the first screen of a tutorial. Like, don't even have tone be a feature until you actually do it. It's clearly able to lock off certain things until certain turns. Like, in the tutorial, just have the features which you don't use left be, like, blocked out to make it much easier to understand. Like, for example, like, just have the power bar in the first turn, then have attack bar in the next turn. Don't have these confusing, like, irritated, frustrated labels until later. Do it stage by stage. Like, it does do it stage by stage, but every stage has every bit of the interface on the screen at once, so it's really hard to figure out which bit it is it's trying to point you to. I mean, I feel like it explains the things that didn't necessarily need explaining. It doesn't explain the things that really do. Learning from doing is, like, the only way you're gonna get it. Getting into the flow of it is definitely making it a lot easier now I'm in that flow, but I feel like the game did not do in any way getting me into that flow. It does remind me of Yu-Gi-Oh! In that way. Like, so help me God, I couldn't understand the rulebook for Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid, but actually, like, the way that got me to play is to play, like, one of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games where, like, you are limited to work within the rules. Like, it's not, like, up to you to figure out what the rules are and whether you're breaking it or not. Just playing a few rounds of, like, the early Yu-Gi-Oh! Online before they even had the 3D customizable character models. Playing a few rounds of that made me learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Way better than literal years of actually owning the cards. I gotta say, the control system is a bit confusing, how you can't press Z to select, you can only press space or enter, but cancel is still X. I guess it's because Z is the analyze button in this, but it says Z and shift, so why not just make it shift? We have boiled his bloods! We have boiled his bloods! What does that mean? What do the extra arrows up mean? I really wish there was any text telling me what move is being used. The game is really using the battle favor bar in an interesting way. I do find it cool how, like, the longer you go, like, the more damage it's going to take when you do an aggressive attack, the further it's going to sway the bar. Theoretically, I bet you get to a point where, like, you are, like, right on the edge of losing, and then, like, one attack will get you all right to the way of winning, and then, like, you're stuck in a stalemate for a while, like, who's going to break it? I think that would be really fun. Like, again, it seems like this system would be really fun once you actually get into it, but it's quite hard to understand. Yeah, as you can see, I locked it from the middle right over to the start in one hit. Yeah! I have defeated you in the conversation where I was objectively wrong. I'm sorry I was mean about your boxing. Now that that's settled, I'd like you to empty your pockets. What? No, don't! You're gonna rob him after dissing his boxing? I would say that you're the first person interested in emptying my pockets, but my former manager is currently vacationing in Mallorca. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm not interested in your money, but I'm not a train robber. I will take a bow. So she's stealing everyone's bow ties as trophies of ill victory. That's all, go right ahead. I brought a much better tie to wear. Oddly coincidental how everybody has a bow, man. For this a good use. I have no doubt. So yeah, are we progressing? Is there a status menu? That's really weird because we've been using that a lot. We haven't been leveling it up. So is that what stored EXP means? Do we have to do we have to click and hit to level them up? No. Skills. We don't have any skills or wines. That's really weird. We've gained up to level 3, but we're getting stored EXP, which isn't being sent into our actual items. Oh, this is really, really confusing. So is it like we have to be doing the newest invention and we can't get any clues to save our house yet? Anyway, I should probably stop here. Yeah, that's my verdict for it. Not necessarily a very good introduction to the game, but it seems like once you actually get into it, it'll be good because it does show a lot of promise. But yeah, honestly, a bit of a doubt about it. I started this expecting it to be great. I was really, really hooked in by the character designs and the art style. And then the battle system is really not what I expected. Especially, I don't like the idea of it, like, the entire draw of it is like, hey, we're playing word combat, but then the battle system does not in any way actually involve words. It's all entirely about social tones. Maybe this game would be good to recommend as an unintentional educational guide for what it feels like to be autistic, is having no idea how the fuck to manage tones and figuring out what everyone's going to say, or like, literally just walking into a world where like no one is actually saying words at you and you've got to try and figure out this entirely new invented body language that you've never heard of before. It might just be me huffing the copium a bit too much to like find like a way that the bad thing can actually be good. I'll give it, that's my final vote. I want this game to be good. It's not showing signs of it yet, but I really, really hope it does get better later on. And I want to get it to level 32 and finally find out what this grandpa's deal is. Does he have an evil secret? Is the evil secret even cuter than expected? I found out some more information. Originally, this game was made for a game jam. Impressively, almost all of it was finished except the drawn art assets. So all the characters actually appeared similar to their overworld sprite, just a clip art image shadow coloured in. It's a little bit odd they decided to not actually finish the sprites for everything else, but I guess it does give it a unique style. And here is a screenshot of in battle where some of the sprites did start to have their sketched out versions.